Hey, good morning. How are you doing? So it's probably going to be a short video because I don't have a lot of privacy this morning, a lot of coming and going. So I just wanted to get on here and complain a little bit. I really try to be a positive person. Sometimes it's very easy. I don't have to try. I just am. And if life is fairly okay, not even running smoothly, but fairly okay, I almost always wake up in a good mood. That hasn't always been the case. I used to wake up and the first thought in my mind was, fuck me. Sorry, no offense. But it would be like, God, I have to do this again. Because once I decided not to kill myself, once I made that conscious decision and made a commitment to it, I did the work on what it took to not even go there. Well, a lot of people suffer with what I just shared with you. How do I know? Because I'm in the business and I look at statistics. The depression that's out there, most people who get very depressed, and look at all the diagnosis, look at all the medication out there, they have what's called suicidal ideation. And that's what I had. I didn't really want to kill myself. I just was so disgusted with life and the people that I knew in it. I was disgusted with some of my own decision-making process. Because I kept blaming myself for getting in too hard to live through experiences. So depression was really a constant companion for me. What am I gonna wear today? This stuff works good. I love this foundation. Hey, if you want to save money and you want a makeup that acts like a very high-end full coverage makeup, you'd have to have some very bright birthmarks or bright scarring, which I haven't seen very often, for this to not work. And it's clearly under $5, and I think I got 2 for $5 off of Amazon, and normally they're 2 something. They're under $3 a tube. Rimmel really has some good. It's not light and shiny. It's thick. I thin it out because unlike how I felt when I was younger, I don't have heavy scarring. I have a lot of acne scarring. Anyway, so here's the deal. Once a person decides, okay, I'm in this life to live, you got to start acting like it. A lot of people will say, oh my God, see, I just used the last that I had in that container, and I'm using this. This stuff is full coverage as well. Let's see what I can do with it. I put a little too much on. I was being lazy and didn't open my other tube. Let's see if I can blend it in. So anyway, there are so many people who actually feel so alone and embarrassed about suicidal ideation that they keep it a secret, and secrets start to rot your soul. And then sometimes even someone who only has suicidal ideation rarely can become suicidal. But some people have a propensity to think short-sighted, or they're in a lot of physical pain, or they just haven't been taught how to handle emotional pain at all. On top of that, with the isolation, on top of that, having the ability right under their nose, it's kind of like if we know there's a box of cookies in the cupboard, we're more apt to eat them. So if you're depressed and you have guns, you have it in the back of your head, you're more apt to use them. That's just how it is. No, I'm glad there's guns, but if you're suicidal, it's not real bright to have them at easy access. If you're being emotional, it's a good idea to put them in storage at a friend's house, not just in a locked cupboard. It's a lot of makeup, but it's gonna look really good on camera because it'll cover my face. Oh, and I've been using that little vibrator on my forehead, and I do believe my wrinkles look better. So, another day without Botox. Yay! Okay, so my point is, when people work really hard to grow emotionally, the suicide rate in veterans and the community at large is ridiculously high. And it also goes for the elderly, teenagers, vets. So one of the secrets, especially if you don't even have to be suicidal for this to be helpful, it's about being able to live your life without hating every day, without waking up going, F me, another day, Groundhog Day, you know? It's about giving yourself the opportunity to experience what I believe we were meant to experience here on planet Earth. And that is some joy. What it feels like to help other people. Keeps creasing because I have it on so thick. I just rubbed it off on my nose. So I'm going to have to put it down with powder. Okay. So anyway, how do you get to a place where even if you are in a small to modicum amount of pain physically, and even if you are frustrated to like an 8 every day with your spouse or kids, there are things that we have in our life that help smooth things over. Like food, not alcohol, not drugs. Food's bad enough. Not gambling, but TV. TV is a good one. The internet, as long as it's not overdone. Shopping, that's a good one, as long as it's not overdone. But sometimes we go in and out of it being overdone sometimes, right? So sometimes we just do the best we can with what we have to work with. Well, some people do things like reading, hobbies, exercise, and they're like, wow, I never enjoyed this when I was using drugs and alcohol, or when I was so depressed and sad. But once they try it, they think, this is pretty cool. Well, I've had a lot going on in my life. So I have really been enjoying a couple TV shows. I didn't have a TV. I had DVD player, but I didn't have a TV wired up. I didn't have that bill. For 15 years. But, you know, I grew up when there was 3 channels, grew up in the country, so those channels hardly ever came in. So I got Walton's Mountain and Happy Days, and All My Children, or Young and the Restless, something like that. General Hospital. That was it. So anyway, I've had a lot going on, going through COVID, very stressful work hours. And as an observer of people, watching the behaviors of public figures and other people's responses, the kind of unbridled temper tantrums over the last several years with all the riots, the heartbreaking real protests, greed, the division, of I don't know, freedoms of workplace situations. You look at how it went from everybody's locked down, oh, am I going to lose my job, to, okay, we're going to work from home, oh, how do we make this work, to, okay, should we go in the office or not, and then, okay, y'all got to come into the office, and then it's like, wait, we got to figure it out, it doesn't make any sense to go into the office, why don't you save your money and quit having us come into the office. This is why I love palettes like this. I love the matte. Matter of fact, I got this off of Temu, and a couple of the colors that I do use more often, like this one for my eyebrows, is getting kind of low. But I can go in here and get just like contouring in here, and then go up here in the more cheerful colors and get the blush. I just love this. Oh, I need to get another one of these. Little suntan. So, anyway, here's my complaint. Are you ready for this? The TV shows that I really enjoyed have been slowly disappearing. They're quitting their episodes, or their season finales. So one at a time, they knocked off young Sheldon. I was like, well, I kind of understand. He needs to grow up and go away. I get attached to these figures. And then they get rid of the good doctor. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I guess they have other acting careers. Fine. I was really so disappointed. And then the Rookie had its series finale. I heard it as season finale for a couple times. I was like, oh, okay, we're good. And then I'm like, wait a minute. They said series finale. I was heartbroken. It's one of my favorite shows. I love all the characters. So I was really bummed. When you have depression, when you have sadness, when you have a busy life, you can cleanse your palate by watching certain TV shows. That's just how it is. And that was one of my favorite shows. Sometimes it got a little violent, a little too suspenseful, but I was so connected with the characters that I would forgive them and watch the next episode and be completely delighted by the end of that one. It's just that's just the way it was. I was pouting out loud for a couple weeks about it. I'm like, seriously? First this, then this, then this, and then this. You have got to be kidding me. What am I gonna do? And then by the time I got wind that Bob Loves Abishola was gonna have its last episode, I was just like, whatever, go ahead, take it all. Because I've enjoyed that one as well. So now it's kind of like, do you have any shows that you watch that you really enjoy that you can pass on to me? I have a DVD or DVR, so I can search for things. People say, oh, look on Netflix, look on YouTube, whatever. And I don't work that hard. If it can't record on its own, I'm not gonna invest too much time in it. I'd rather watch reruns of Golden Girls than pay another $10. And I bet I can get some of that stuff for free. But I'm not technologically blessed. So every time I just turn on the DVR and look up, I turn on the TV, go to the DVR section, and have different programs I'm recording, and I just feel so good about myself that I was able to find the shows I wanted and record them. That's how technologically dunce I am. I don't want to have to then get the other remote, and then I'm just not going to do that. It's not that important to me. But if you have something that's on one of the basic 500 channels that I have, excuse me, that I can record, FYI, I'm getting ready to get rid of every lipstick I have except for these three. I have tons of lipsticks, and I'm tired of trying to doctor them up and make them work when this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite, even though I believe it's still discontinued. And this one. Excellent. I have spent a lot of money on lipstick over the years. This is the most expensive. It's in the 30s now, I think. 20s, 30s. Love this lipstick. This is the one I'll put in my purse when I'm going to be out in public. This one's every single day. And this is a gloss that I use because it's under $6. And this was under $5. I got it from Dollar General, so I'm thinking it was under $3. But it's a lip gloss that you can put in your bra and just use it when you're working out in the yard and everything else. It's the next best thing to Blistex, and Blistex is more expensive than that. So anyway, back to me. So losing that programming, that type of show where they all end up having a blessed story, they all end up having a connection, showing courage, blessing each other, also dang funny or silly or inappropriate, you know? Oops, how did that get there? Little fallout. Oopsie. Need a little more blending. So anyway, yeah, I was really bummed. I just felt really let down because it was so many at once. I was like, what the heck? It was just too much at once. So send me your shows. I'm gonna put on this mascara and I'm gonna get to work. And nobody told you they love you today. I love you. I love that you're here. Leave me a comment, say hi. It makes my day. Honestly, that's why I do this. I'm so self-centered. I just want a hello. Anything. And I love it when some of you really share things that really do comfort me. I know it's sometimes your heartache, sometimes your joy, but I can always relate to it, and it is really meaningful to me. So, if you've ever been sad or depressed, look for other ways. That's what I was going to say. Look for other ways to find comfort, even if it's in TV, even if it's walking or shopping or whatever. Just do it in an affordable way. Don't stay up all night watching TV like I have done sometimes. And then not be feeling healthy for work. So everything in moderation. But I'm telling you, sometimes TV shows can be a life saver. Okay, I gotta get in the office. I gotta skedaddle. Okay. Love you. Bye for now.